As I look at our mail and answer questions, there's all kinds this week about keeping summer lawns looking their best. Our channel focuses on everyday gardening and everyday landscaping and everyday designing and growing edible plants and beautiful plants and trees and improving your outdoor environments. If any of that interests you, subscribe to our channel and learn more about it. Every Sunday we post a new video that we think you'll find interesting. You can also download our soil-based gardening guide for free and learn about our products and our concept of soil-based gardening by feeding the soil. I'm John Valentino, president of John and Bob's Corporation. I'm a landscape contractor and a landscape architect and a general engineering contractor. And this garden is representative of many that we've done over the years and that we get more and more calls about where there's problems. In this yard, real problems with fungus in the summer, so much so that they were spending huge amounts of money on fungicide and not really getting any results. You can check out some of our other videos that address that problem of how to get away from using fungicide. This garden is representative of how you build the soil, put life in the soil, and address summer problems without using chemicals. It's not what should I put on my lawn right now to fix this weed or this brown spot. Let's focus on the basics, and then after we do that really well, then let's evaluate what continues to be a problem. So the very most basic thing is let's feed the soil, and let's feed the soil with products like our Optimize, Maximize, Nourish-Biosol. We mix that together. We call it blend. You can buy them separately or buy them together. And there are other products out there similar. They're really concentrated compost type products, and they have microbes in them, and they attract microbes, and they feed microbes. So we're trying to build this complex life in the soil, and that's how we're going to have healthy soil. In that mix, we also have macronutrients and micronutrients, specifically from the Nourish-Biosol. So that actually feeds this lawn itself. This lawn is a tall fescue blend of 2 or 3 types of tall fescue seed. We've overseeded a couple years in a row now with RTF, the rhizome producing tall fescue. Before, we were having this tremendous stress problem in the summer. Now we've got life in the soil. We've got advanced fungi in the soil that are way stronger than the fungus that were attacking this lawn in the past. That's really the key. That's what we're talking about here. You won't get fungus in your lawn if you have fungi in your soil, good fungi. So how do you build good fungi? That's the whole basis of our John and Bob's program of soil-based gardening. So that's the first thing. Let's get this soil and this lawn just as healthy as it can be. Let's forget about the weeds for a second. Let's focus on the lawn out competing everything, and the soil, the life in the soil out competing the bad fungi and all of that. So let's focus on that. That's our first step. Feed it. You can't burn it with our products. Really, the more the better, and the deeper green you're going to get. So we're feeding the lawn, feeding the soil, and then let's monitor. One of the common questions is, I've got too many weeds. It makes my lawn look ugly. What do I do about weeds? Again, we're going back to basics here. So we're not going to do anything about weeds right away. But one of the major ways to address weeds is constant mowing. And there's not a lot, there are some weeds that can take constant mowing, but many of them can't tolerate frequent mowing. The mowing even can help nourish your lawn if you use a mulching mower, which I like to do, and you do it often enough, then the decomposition of the lawn feeds the lawn and the soil, which is what our methods are all about. And if you have all that life in the soil, the decomposing organic matter is eaten by the life in the soil. You never have to aerate again, which is another benefit of this type of protocol with lawns, where you're not using chemical fertilizer that makes it grow like crazy and doesn't encourage the life in the soil. In this case, we're going to have a lot of life in the soil. We're going to mow frequently. We're going to mow at the right height. In this fescue lawn, when it gets hot, the higher you mow, especially in hot climates, the more you protect and shade the roots. Things like bluegrass and fescue struggle. Those are called cool season grasses because they like the cool season. So you get into a hot season, you need to mow it high, mow it frequently. That helps with weed control. Mulch it. That helps with soil nutrition. And the other thing is consider alternating the direction that you mow so that you don't develop ruts, and manage your water so that when you're mowing, it's not real wet. Otherwise, you end up with a lawn that has tracks in it. Let's start with these first two steps. First, make the lawn and the soil as healthy as can be, and let's mow regularly, and then let's move on to the third step. If any of these issues resonate with you and you have questions, let us know in the comments below, and we'll get back to you quickly. Overwatering causes problems with fungal disease. It causes problems with weeds. And our goal on any turf is to water it just as little as possible and not have it need more water. An important part of that is try to balance your watering. If your lawn is all green, but you just have a spot here or two that isn't so green, then you know that you're getting plenty of water in a lot of spots, but not enough in those spots that are stressed. And that's where you have to get creative, either use bigger nozzles or change the radius or change the pattern. A whole lot of creative things you could do to try to deliver more water in those spots that look stressed. There's a couple ways you can get to that point. One that I really like to use, a soil probe. I use a soil probe a lot, and the soil probe allows you to go around on your lawn and press it into the ground, and then we look at the moisture in the soil that we dig out. So it's moist, but it's not soaking wet. This is actually pretty perfect. And we don't want it soaking wet. That's when we get fungal disease. That's when we get too many weeds. So you can go around with your soil probe and check. So the soil probe is very helpful in trying to establish the amount of moisture throughout your lawn and determine where you have to be strategic and figure out a way to get more water. Or maybe if it's even, you can just use the probe to determine how many minutes. If everything looks pretty good and you put your soil probe in and it's really wet, you can just turn down the minutes on your clock, or if you have a manual system, just water less. Focus on those first three things. They're pretty basic. We're going to feed the soil, we're going to feed the lawn, we're going to mow regularly and smartly with mulching mowers in alternating directions, and we're going to water properly. And we're going to do that for a while. We have this theory that healthy lawn can outcompete most other problems. So if you do those three things, then let's do nothing else for a while. And what that does is that also gets us a chemical-free lawn, no chance of burning, really healthy for our home environment. We're encouraging beneficial life in the soil. So all this is good and positive, and that's what we want to focus on. Then let's see what the result of that is. So after 4 or 5 months, then if we have a weed problem, we'll use a strategic approach then, not we're treating the whole lawn for all kinds of problems all the time. If you're putting weed control products everywhere and you don't have that many weeds, you're damaging the soil. And what we want to do with every input we can possibly do, use products that build life in the soil. So this fourth one is very judicious. We're going to carefully analyze everything and then use the best possible product for whatever our specific problem is after we make this lawn as strong, as healthy as possible, so that we don't have problems, because the lawn is able to outcompete and discourage the problems. So if you like and agree with this concept of a really healthy, strong lawn, go to our website and look at our products at johnandbobs.com. The owner of this garden is a big fan of a rather unusual flowering plant called flowering tobacco. It's a type of nicotine, and we used it as our plant of the week. The plant of the week is getting a little harder because we're trying to challenge you a little more. This week's is an interesting one. Right here, it's blooming and looking very nice. Click the link in the comments below and submit your answer. So if you have fungal problems in your lawn, which I'm hearing from a lot of you around the country, we do have a video specifically for that, the best cure for fungal disease. Many of our other videos address life in the soil, and that's the best cure for fungal disease. That's a cure that is self-sustaining rather than one that you have to worry about every year.